Also, we are wondering which films were absolute buns this year. I have a list. It's not too many. I don't like calling films bad because I have a fair idea what goes into making a film. You know, it's not easy, and I know that along the lines, some things can get lost in interpretation. I know that some films are not for everyone. I know that my list is entirely subjective, and you should know that too before you start spewing shit. And I will come for you. But as I said, this is entirely subjective. I saw these films all the way through. I what I got from it, and I didn't like certain things that I will point out. First of all, Eden. The first thing I'll point out, it's a bit out of my scope, but I always wonder why they do not hire natives of the story they are telling, like people actually actors who actually can naturally portray what the message of the story is. All of these characters, except Anna de Arma, are not indigenous to the characters they portray. The four of them are German characters, but she is British. He is American. Both of them are American. I think he's American as well. I don't know where he is from. I guess Sydney was looking for like a tone switch. Yeah, it's a choice of, but it was arguably she and obviously Vanessa Kirby, my love for Vanessa Kirby, were the stars of the show. They carried it all the way to the end. And to be honest, I watched it pretty much for Hans Zimmer's score because, from a writer's point of view, the stakes were not high enough. And that's one thing about writing a good film. The stakes just have to be high. If the stakes are not high in films at any point, your characters can escape their situation, which it pretty much was for throughout the fact. You can literally leave the island. What are the stakes? Kate, why? Why did you even do this film? I know most of these films are like, most of the films I'm going to mention are highly rated on Rotten Tomatoes, but who the fuck cares? Like, it was just, they were just doing too much. It was a lot of mumblecore, actually. I'm going to say it was a lot of talking about diplomatic stuff. Just fucking do the action. Like, you didn't deserve this, Kate. I know, best animated film at the Oscars. I know I'm not an animal person. I have the right to say that. I couldn't watch it. I couldn't. I've watched bugs, I've watched bees, I've watched films about animals, but this was just not that interesting. It was just not that interesting. I watched Wild Robots. I loved it. One of my favorite films ever. This was boring as fuck. That's it. Absolute. I don't know. I don't even know what was going on here. What a waste. You know, Nick Holt. I'm going to watch every film he's in because he is him. But I don't know. It wasn't just. I just maybe it was the time I was when I saw it, like the state I was in, but it wasn't it for me. Honorable mention. This wasn't that bad. You relax. This wasn't that. It's not like in my list of horrible films of the year. It's just an honorable mention because it's not what I expected. I paid to watch this in the cinemas. Somebody has to agree with me. Superman was a bit disappointing. It was a. I understand it's an homage to the original character Superman being good guy and everything, but it was just a bit weird and cringe. It was slightly off. The colors were a bit too bright, and it was yeah. James Gunn he could have done better. Was it James Gunn who directed this film? I don't even know, but I think it was James Gunn. He could have done better. Bye bye. See you next calendar year. I hope better shit comes out because what the fuck is this?